Hello YouTube, welcome to BTBMTG, and today this is more or less a test video, and I'm just going to be going over my Pauper deck. Purpose of this video is mostly for myself to see what's going with my setup, what I need to change, what I need to fix, and also to show you guys the deck I used to play in Pauper, which is green-white Slivers. So, I'm pretty much going to be starting out with my non-creature spells, which there aren't many of them. First off, I start with 2 Hive Stirrings, 3 mana sorcery, put 2 1/1 color Slivers onto the battlefield. It's a good way to build a board on turn 3, especially if you have a really good turn 1 and turn 2. Alright, 2 Slivers really just kind of boost up your board and start putting pressure on. Next we have Journey to Nowhere. This is pretty much one of the better removal spells in Pauper right now. 2 mana, exile target creature, and it's exile until you get rid of Journey to Nowhere. Next we have my combat tricks, which includes Vines of the Vastwood, which for 1 mana gives a hexproof, for 2 mana gives a hexproof +4/+4, which could easily end the game. And Thrill the Hunt gives target creature +1/+2 to end the turn with flashback for 1 white. The last 2 spells I do have in here is Commune with Nature. It's just a 2 of Ancient Stirrings for creatures. Great card to have to start searching out what you need. Now on to the meat and potatoes of this deck, the Slivers. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my Lords and Pseudo-Lord. First one I'm going to show you is Sanu Sliver. This is probably the worst Lord, just for one reason, when you are playing the mirror match, because it does give all Slivers +1/+1. That can be a problem in the mirror match, but any other deck, this card's just fine. 2 mana, 1/1, gives all of your other creatures +1/+1. Really can be devastating, really put some pressure on the board. Then we have Predatory Sliver. Green 1, civil creatures you control get +1/+1. Same Snoo Sliver, but in the mirror match, this will affect just your board. Again, another 4 of Muscle Sliver. This is essentially same thing as Snoo Sliver. Green and 1, all Slivers get +1/+1. Again, bad in the mirror match, but when you're playing any other deck, it can really hurt your opponent. And again, it is a 4 of. And my only Pseudo-Lord, Plated Sliver. 1 white mana, all Slivers get +0/+1. Good for blocking, good for attacking, just a really good Sliver to have, and I believe it is one of the few 1-drops I do have in this deck. On to the rest of the creatures. I play 3 of Sidewinder Sliver. Gives all Slivers in general flanking, which is great because when someone goes to block, their creature gets -1/-1. Can really affect the math, and if you have opponents not paying attention, can really blow them out quickly. Here we go, a 3 of Sentinel Sliver. Sliver creatures you control gain Vigilance. This is great because you can really start putting pressure on your opponent and not having to worry about keeping blockers back with those giant Slivers you'll get eventually with all those Lords. 3 of Spinneret Sliver. Just 2 mana, 2/2. All Slivers get reach. Not really too explosive, but they're cards I keep in here for when I do get more Slivers. These are probably the first ones to come out. On to another 1-drop. Virulent Sliver. This is a 4 of. Gives all Sliver creatures that poisonous 1. Just another way to end the game quickly, especially if you have some way of giving trample damage. So it's just a nice addition to have. And then these various 1-ofs of just creatures I have. Starting with Town Sliver. All Slivers gain First Strike. Again, a great way to really put pressure on the board, mess up your opponent's math, and get in easy damage. Horn Sliver. All Slivers gain Trample. This is just a 1-of because it is 3 mana. This is pretty much the top of the curve along with Hive Stirrings. 3 mana, 2/2. All Slivers gain Trample, but is a bomb when I do drop it on turn 4 or 5. And Victual Sliver. Each Sliver gains, for 2 generic mana, sacrifice creature, gain 4 life. If I am in some type of aggro long game, this is a card I can drop, start to sack off some of my creatures being targeted by removal, and gain some life out of it. Other than that, I'm just in here for the versatility that it gives to my deck. When we come to lands, I play a full play set of Blossoming Sands, a piece each of the cycle basic lands, and then 7 forests, 7 plains. I do have a single Ash Barrens that I will be putting in this deck eventually. I just find out what needs to be cut. And my tokens of choice for this deck are the M14 Slivers. Mostly they're the only Slivers I have. They look weird, but they work for what I need it for. So guys, that is a look at my Pauper Slivers deck. Thank you for joining, and again, this is not the most entertaining video I could have come up with, but it's more for me to figure out what I need to get this channel going. I'd like to thank you all, and see you next time.